Good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me and you can see the screen?
Yes, Mr. Manas.
Okay, thank you. So I will be briefing what happened the last week. Then we can continue with the today uh, procurement route on development construct. So last class, what we have discussed, uh, we have we have discussed about the traditional procurement route. Traditional mean uh, you have to do the design first, then you go for a construction. So the design and the construction separated, whereas the employer will deal with the another additional method. One is a contractor, another one is a design consultant or supervision consultant. When come to the design and build, the design and the construction, both responsibility fall under the contractor. So under that, we understood the contractor must have the a good design team to meet the employer requirement. Okay, so now there are some variant under the development design and build, like a development contract, package deal, turnkey. You know this name, right? You people know already about the turnkey. This is not a separate procurement rule. It's actually variant, like a small variety under the particular procurement route. Okay, so we should understand why design and build, okay, cannot be applied for kind of a project. Why development construct or package deal or turnkey is okay considerable some extent, okay, when come to a kind of a some situation or nature. So it's all about triggering factors. Why development construct or why package deal or why turnkey under the design build. Now we will understand, okay, from the development construct how it is changed. So when come to the design and build, you all understood. So initially, the employer had uh, a team which is developing the employee's requirement, and maybe the the design which is very approximate or schematic design. You can say very schematic design, but that design further developed by the design and build contractor, and he will bring the completion. So now we'll continue with the development contract. Okay, so my question before we start, under the design and build procurement route, can we go for any project that really need the aesthetical appearance? It should be very nice and good quality, very good quality, very aesthetically very nice. Can we go for that one? Not much good, no? It's simple building is okay, isn't it? But I want to use the design and build procurement route where the contractor taking the responsible for design and construction, but I want to go for a good quality. Okay, very aesthetical appearance project. That's how this development construct started. So let's see how it works. So initially, what happened? The employer appointing the design team, okay, that developed the concept design, and the employer requirement. Is there any changes in this point compared to the design and build? The first line. Is there any changes compared to the previous one? It's same exactly. They do the same thing. So what happened? The employer appointing the design team to develop the concept design or employer requirement. Now from here that change started to more detailed design. But it's not a final detailed design. Okay. They don't want to do a final design. If I am saying in a different way, like say employer want the 2 bedroom house. Contractor will come with the shape of, okay, any shape he can come. It could be any shape, okay? It could be any shape. That will happen under design and build procurement route. Now let's come to the development construct. No, I don't want any shape. Only stick with this one. Okay, reject others. He's defining something. So now, can any contractor come with a different shape other than this one? No way, right? Because you already define, no, I want this only. Further, he will say, what kind of aesthetical appearance, what kind of paint. You need to give more detail. So contractor left less room to decide in his own. So that's what it is happening. Okay, that's what it's happening in this this design team develop the design to little bit detailed than the previous version. So this is allow the employer to control and influence on the end product. So this is a way the employer expectation going to be managed. So what will happen this process? Once the employer control and influence the concept design to little bit more detailed design, the contractor will submit the proposal based on the developed design. So that means it is more control. Every contractor will come with almost okay less or more similar design. Okay, it's leading to the less variant. Okay, and the design team. Okay, we have the two option. What are the two option that could be transferred to the contractor by innovation, or employer can keep them as a supervision consultant to verify the process. So how many of you done the homework? What is the difference between the innovation and assignment? Have you done? How many of you say yes? Very good. So you have the idea. It's very simple theory. So there are two possible. The design team can be retained with the employer and act as a supervision consultant, or they can transfer. Do you think contractor happy to take the design team as an ovation? No, because he don't like. He can act as an employer agent while getting the money from the contractor. So therefore, he don't want. But if the employer insists, no, if you want to come for agreement, this design team will be novated to you. Agree or agree, you take it. If not, leave it like that. That is also possible. Okay. So now coming to this one, who will have the design liability under the development construct method? Employer or contractor? Okay. So now there are small misunderstanding with the people. Okay. Now let's give the clarity. Development construct under a variant of the design and build procurement route. Yes or no? It is under the variant of the design and build. So under the design and build, any variant, it could be a development construct or turnkey or package deal. All are okay fall under the same principle of design and build. All of you, do you understand what I'm saying here? You don't need to be confused. So whatever the principle applicable to the design and build, apply okay to the development construct, package deal, and turnkey. And now what he is doing here, he is certain level he is developing the design to control some design parameter. Let's say you want a white color paint in your building. You don't want the yellow or a different color. So client controlling, you have to have the external paint white, and you can have the code number also. Now, can contractor bring the different paint to his the final design? No way, he cannot, isn't it? So he just trying to control whichever the main factor. Say some factors he don't care. Like say he is talking about the floor finishes and ceiling finishes, but he don't care much about the wall finishes. Mean that room left to the contractor, but he will define minimum expected quality. Okay. So more important points are governed by the detailed design, which is developed by the okay client team, but it is not a very final design. From there onward, employer contractor will bring his proposal and develop the design. Okay, so that process is remaining same. So do you understand who have the design liability under the development construct method now? So who have it now? Contractor, yes. So look here, design and build contractor has the design liability. So is there any way to increase the quality in the design and build procurement route? Is there any answer now we have? Okay, what is the method we have? Design and build. How to increase the quality? We have to go for development contract. Very good. Okay. So look, when you are going for a RICS interview, if you study this lecture properly, you don't need to read any more material on this procurement. The lecture is more than enough. If you want to read more material, I have it, but this will cover maximum extent that really needed. Okay, in case you are taking some case study regarding the procurement route, yes, you can do it well. Okay, so that is the maximum we can gain. Now let us understand turnkey. Is it something a different procurement route or is it variant under the design and build? It is a variant. Don't get confused. Remember the mind mapping I showed to you. Okay, it is very, very important for you. So turnkey, why now turnkey? We know already what is design and build, and we know already what is a development construct. So development construct bring more quality, right? It's bring more quality to the end product. So now why the turnkey? Why turnkey introduced? Let us understand. This is something a different purpose. So who is going to be responsible under the turnkey for design and construction without knowing the theory? Contractor. Never confuse. Okay, contractor only. So what will happen under the turnkey? Now you have to understand this terminology. Okay, tell me. I'm going to break this word into two pieces. What do you understand? Turn key. Is that giving any meaning to you? Yes. You just handing over the key to the client or end user. He's just going to open the door and go inside and use it. But I say to you, he just open the door and go and inside and use it. Okay. I will have a meaning for that one. Okay. Why I say to you like that. So somebody have the okay house, right? Somebody have the house. Okay. You handed over the key, right? You handed over the key. So he's taking the key and go inside. It's a newly constructed project based on the based on the traditional procurement route. Design is done, construction is done by the contractor. Now you handing over the key to the client, end user. He can go open the door and can use it immediately on the first day. Yes, or is there something else? Now let me put in practical. Okay, you just finish your all the thing. You done with your structural things, column, beam, slab, roof, finishes, electricity, everything is done. Okay, but can you go and start immediately to use the first day when you got the project handover? Is that possible? Yes, something you have to have. Okay, understanding. You need to have some furniture, right? Maybe you have the water or like a plumbing system or electrical system, but you didn't go to the authority and get the connection. So can you use any appliances? There's no electricity maybe if you don't apply. That you have to do. Or water supply. Is still the water supply not connected to the main connection? So can you use your building without water? Maybe you don't have the, you how plan to put the split air conditioning system or duct one, but no, nothing installed. It was not in your original scope of work. Can you use it? No. There's no furniture at all. Right? You have to buy so many appliances. So, can you go and use a project which is done under the traditional procurement route or design and build procurement route on the next day? Like how you are going to the you are going any hotel or resort, right? Like you can immediately use all the property, right? It is ready to use. So, are you in the same state? Okay, like a hotel. Okay, you are going to occupy for a 1 or 2 day. Are you in the same state when you got the handing over from the design and build or traditional procurement route? Everything is inside. Is that? No, isn't it? No, isn't it? Right. So now that is the difference in the turnkey. You turn the key, it is ready to use. Do you understand what I mean now? It is ready to use. So what is now you expect inside? So what will be inside? Complete, yes, complete output. Yeah, it's there. Is definitely everything is there, right? It is a condition that you have to do nothing. Like a furnished apartment, you go, you can immediately use. No, if you have unfurnished apartment, okay, can you use immediately on the first day? How do you feel uncomfortable? You have to go for a Wi-Fi connection. You have to buy the furniture, right? You have to transport everything whichever you want. Okay, so tell me where the client feel comfortable. If the client is a busiest client, he don't have time to do this whole purchase and all, and he want the job to be done perfectly. So do you understand now what is the variant count for this turnkey? Yes, that is a meaning. Okay, so let me explain in a little bit more detail. Okay, so what will happen? Turnkey procurement is an arrangement whereby project is delivered in a completed state. It's a very, very important point. Completed state. Therefore, what will going to happen? The client don't want to go and enter with the many contractor. He is going to give this property to the developer or kind of a developer kind of contractor. Like in Gulf, like in Dubai. If you are in Dubai, do you know which is a famous developer here in Dubai? You know, like in if you are in Qatar or if you are in Saudi, who's the famous developers nowadays? Okay, so likewise, this kind of contractor, okay, just enter the agreement with the contractor and finish the entire project without any input from the client. Client will say, okay, I need this kind of project, okay, and the contractor will deliver the way client is needed. So do you think sometime, believe or not, this procurement client even don't give you the land also. You buy a land and you do the construction wherever it suit for me. He will tell like that. Okay. He will tell like that to the developers. You buy a land and do the construction. Let's say I want to develop the factory. Okay. One factory. You have to catch the developers, tell what is your requirement. I want a factory. What is your requirement? You have to define well. Then he will find the location, purchase the land, build the factory, furnished everything. He will give you, you just turn the key. Is it start to operate immediately or not? It is start to operate immediately. Okay, so that's kind of project happening. Is it happening under the development, construct, or design and build? The same practice? No, isn't it? So somebody asking the question, what is the difference between the development, construct, and design and build? Are you able to answer carefully? Yes. Quality improved. Control is there. Okay, aesthetical appearance there. Likewise, what is the difference between the development construct and the turnkey? Are you able to answer it? Yes, because it is a turn the project down to the client where it is completely in operational level. So the developer or the contractor is a separate from the client. The project is handed over only once it is fully operational. It doesn't happen in the previous procurement route. Okay, so is there any basic requirement at least from the client? Yes, it is there. We will come to that. So the developer is the one just doing everything. So the developer can do everything by himself, or client need to give something. Yes, client need to give his employer requirement. Without employer requirement, nobody can understand, right? Like employer requirement is there. Look here, like a design and build. Do we have the employer requirement in the design and build? Schematic design. So as I told you, that principle everywhere. You have the employer requirement. Yeah, you have the employer requirement and the schematic design in all the procurement route. So you understood how the contractor come to know what client need. But in the turnkey, you have to give a little bit more detail because you are expecting the completely operational project. If you don't give a correct information, contractor turning down the project to you, maybe if you are not satisfied with that one, what will happen? You're disappointed, right? So you have to be very careful with your employer agreement and the all the input you are giving to the contractor. So this okay kind of a arrangement, we can go for a very large development or kind of a factory or even the small project. It could be used for anything as long as you have the capable contractor to do. Okay, so client in generally involved with this turnkey project, they are one of the busiest client. They don't want to, or they don't have time to involve closely with the developers. Okay, so therefore he just handed over to the client, sorry, a contractor, to just finish the project. But now tell me, can client trust every contractor? Can we go for a open tendering under this turnkey? Can we go for a open tender? Is it? So you have to study the tendering method again. Tell me yes or no. Can we go for open tender? No. Which type of tendering more suitable? Yeah, you can go for a selective. Two-stage selective tender is good. What do you think? All two-stage selective tenders for a turnkey? No, right? Okay. So we can go for a nomination or a selective. Okay. So now, so this is something a unique project, and you have to find the right person. You can't just give this project to everyone. So, and some people had a question. Sometimes it's called EPC. So now engineering, procurement, and contract. So do you understand turnkey equal to EPC? So is that clear? Not to confuse. Okay, turnkey equal to EPC. No difference. Some people ask what is the difference between the turnkey and EPC. It's same. There's no difference. Okay. So now, what is the advantage? Everybody got some idea right now. So tell me, what is the advantage of the turnkey? Okay. So many answer. Let's go and see. Single point responsibility there all the way. Okay. So flexibility. So contractor can, or this developer actually we can say, can develop the design until the project is complete. So that's fine. And the it's like a buying the ready-made project. Initially, just carefully listen, okay? Maybe how to focus. The arrangement, payment arrangement with the design and build or turnkey, you can go for a payment which is like an interim payment or stage payment or kind of a measure and value payment monthly or whatever the amount you are having the agreement. Okay, like some contract will go, if you reach 10 million only you can come for a payment, then likewise also you can go. But originally, okay, just listen carefully, original theories of the turnkey, you turn down the project, I will pay the money, like a ready-made project you are buying, like a ready-made project you are buying, like you are going to buy a car, if you pay the money, car will come to you, right? There's no installment plan in between. So this is original theory. So client had a time until the contractor complete the project to pay the money. But is that happening right now? Contractor can survive until the project completion and get the money from the client? Hard, isn't it? So now, okay, this theory practically changed. Okay, this theory is not wrong, but practically changed. The client can enter with the stage payment or any similar payment like a measure and value or lump sum based on the whatever the terms and condition agreed with the contractor. So originally, okay, originally we had a okay arrangement that you finish the project and pay, get the money. Now practically no, contractor cannot survive, so they have to get some interim payment. So that arrangement is changed. What contractor can do if client not provide the payment, that will be a dispute. No, they have the agreement. So based on the agreement only contractor or developer enter into the project. There's a bonds, guarantees, all are there. So it's legally a big problem. The client normally cannot escape like that, and there will be severe consequences. Okay. So now an inexperienced client doesn't need to make difficult construction decision. Okay, the inexperienced client doesn't want to make any difficult decision because he sometimes he don't know what is right and wrong. So this kind of contractor can help. This is all about the good relationship also. So okay, again, open tender will bring already know the any relationship with the contractor and the employer. No, but other tendering, yes, there is a existing relationship. Okay, so this is all about the good relationship that contractor can do best for a employer. So other than that one, now so many people talk some more advantages, right? So it's having the good budget control, client have more control, fast track, low cost to employer, very good. So now, are you able to give more point than what I am giving in my lecture? You have told more advantages than what I said here. Yes or no? Are you all hearing me? Yes. Okay. So I believe that is how you have to learn. Don't just read the notes. If you understood the theory which I told you, then you don't need to remember what is advantage, disadvantage. That is not the way we study here. Now, same way, tell me what could be the disadvantage? Everybody. Okay, thank you for that answer. So there's a disadvantage always. Okay, during the construction, design and construction, the involvement of the client is very minimal. So sometime when the project is completed, maybe the client doesn't like it. That kind of chances are there. Okay, there's no control. And other than that one, what do you how say it? Durability not fit for the purpose. Yes, that's correct. More budget required. No, they can agree. EPC under the lump sum, okay, or GMP, they can agree the price. So there's no danger for the price. But in if the employer requirement change, what will happen? The budget also will change, and time also will change. So suitability. So what kind of project will be suitable for this kind of procurement rule? Where cost certainty is very important. Under the EPC, there's a cost certainty. You have to agree the amount. If you want to go for a fast track project, you can go for it. Okay. But okay, this EPC or turnkey procurement route not suitable. Okay. For any project that the client is not clear what he really need. Okay. There's uncertainties in his requirement. Or he's thinking, keep on thinking and developing his brief. Okay. Or kind of a complex building, or where you need a very aesthetical appearance, then it's problem. Okay, so what is the best thing we can go for it? Like, let's say you want to build a factory, yes, you can go for. If you are building the apartment, you can go for. Even you can go for a model city based on the contractor quality. You can go for it. Okay, but if you are keep on thinking, and if you are not sure what you are really need, okay, then it is not advisable to go for turnkey. Okay, so everybody understood what is a turnkey. Any question on this? Okay, so before you ask the question, I have developed one table. Okay, I have developed one table. So you must have the difference between the design and build and turnkey. Yes. So let us do a small comparison. In design and build, do we have the project management consultant? Yes, we have. But in the turnkey, we don't have project management consultant. There's no supervision team. Maybe the client can bring few number of professional to monitor it, but it is not regarded under turnkey. So the project management consultant, also the turnkey contractor, and designer also they are the one, and contractor also they are the one. Everything they do. Nothing. That's how it's leaving the less involvement from the client. Okay. So under the design and build, employer must hire the project management consultant. Otherwise, he don't know what is going on. But here, he don't want to involve at all. You're just leaving the room for a contractor to do all. That's why there's a dissatisfaction may happen at the end. Who's doing the design? Both contractor, no? So no need to confuse. So do you understand the design point? The both contractor is the one responsible. Okay. Construction, contractor is the one responsible. So now suitability, design and build, you can go for a simple building. Whereas the turnkey more suitable, even the simple building also okay, but like a factory, okay, like a factory building, or like a specialized project like a power plant, oil and gas, or refinery project, you can give to the turnkey contractor. Then they are expert on this one. Okay, so you don't need to involve also because you don't know what to be done. They know better than you. So better to leave them alone to do this work. Okay. But about five-star hotel, can we go for this turnkey? What do you think? Better no, right? No, because it's a complex. Okay. Now you understand the I that's I put for example. Okay. Example, you assume one hotel done by this procurement. Design and build, what do you have to do? It will cover building structure, finishes, right? All plumbing, electrical work. But you don't have the furniture inside. Sometime you don't have some amenities, or maybe you have to put the water, electricity, internet connection. So that's design and build. The turnkey is all done. You just go and use it. I just put for example only, okay? So you to give. So after handing over the project under the design and build, maybe you have to put the furniture, utility connection, amenities. Okay. But in turnkey, okay, it's all inclusive. Now you are some questions are there. Please don't ask this question. We will come to that question after this table comparison. Okay. So I will miss otherwise. So let's understand this one. Then we'll go to the question. I will give time for that. Now under the design and build and turnkey, we have the PMC or architect, right? So under the design and build, you need to hire an architect. Definitely, it's must. Okay, but for the turnkey, okay, you don't need to hire the PMC, that means project management consultant or architect, because already that contractor is playing the same role. Now, designated liability, okay, is a 10 years and construction validity period, 15 years. So, up to how many years a client can bring a claim against the contractor default? Guess, up to how many years? 15 years, okay? But some people have the answer up to 10 years because they know about the designated liability period. But beyond the designated liability period, there's another period called construction validity period. Now let us understand this properly. Taking over certificate is given, okay? TOC given. So from there, we have one period called, what is that? Anyone can name it? Once a TOC is issued, DLP, very good. Defect liability period start. How many years normally? 1 year or six, depend. Okay, 1 year or 2 year. Okay, TOC 1 year. Now, once this is given, from here to, okay, from the taking of a certificate to up to is a 9 years. Okay, I'm going to put 9 years. What we have? This one. From here to another 5 years, what we have? This one. Is it understandable now? Okay. So 15 years. Okay. So how many people yesterday attended the RICS classes on data management? I think some of you are ICS student, no? So how many years now you have to keep the documents to avoid any claims? 15 years. Okay, this is what I was discussing yesterday one. Okay, and architect of record. This is a terminology. Be aware about this. Okay, this is a terminology. You must need under the design and build. Okay, but for a turnkey, no, it will be contractor responsibility. Just term word. Okay, therefore, employer must hire an architect to do this work. Here, not regard. Contractor will do. So payment, remember the original theory of the turnkey, not an interim payment. Okay. The payment is originally for a turnkey is a final payment. There's no interim payment. But now that the practical it is changed. So now interim payment also there. But the theory originally they don't mention the interim payment. So if you look at any books and all, it's clearly written. That's correct too. Now I can entertain the question. Now, what is the contractor liable for beyond the DLP? I mean, if a door lock is broken, this also covered for DLP. Broken. Paint is scratch. Okay. Small tear and wear in the building. This will be covered by the 10 years or 15 years, or the kitchen accessory. So plumbing is damaged after the DLP period. Okay. Will it cover? Yes or no? After DLP. Okay. My question is after DLP, any damages like a plumbing, electrical, maybe the socket outlet is damaged. Okay. It will not cover. Okay. So major collapse like a building is got major crack. It is life threatened. If you occupy it, it will be kill you, right? Major damages to the structural elements. Suddenly, the one portion of the slab is fall down. Okay, that will cover, not the minor things. Okay, is it clear now for the question who asked that? Yeah. So major collapse, yes. Minor things, tear and wear and all, no, it is not questionable. It will not cover. In what document is the construction validity period is set out? In the law. It's law by law. It's a country law. Okay. In UK is different. In Gulf region is different. Okay. Any other question? Something you have asked question previously. I didn't answer. So you can repeat here now. You can repost it if you have any question and I didn't answer it. Is everything clear for everybody about this turnkey? Okay, turnkey BOQ's estimated quantity and should be remeasurable to define the cost. No, and generally they don't go for a remeasure contract. Okay, if they want the cost certainty, so it will be like a guaranteed maximum price, all lump sum. And recall what is guaranteed maximum price, all lump sum. Okay, go back to the type of contract and trying to understand. So that's principle work here. Okay. Now, another question, what is the difference between the turnkey and the EPC? There's no difference between the turnkey and the EPC. Did I say to you in the theory? Now, you supposed to ask what is the orange book and silver book? Is that your question? Okay, the orange is the old version, silver is the latest version. Okay, the orange is the old version, silver they got the latest version for EPC. Initially, you can use the orange for a design and build or turnkey. But now it is turned. You have a yellow book for a design and build, and the silver book for a turnkey. So you don't need to go back to the orange. Okay, is that clear to you? Confirm. Amadeus. Okay, good. Not even the final measurement, because there is no design where the contractor was able to take up quantity. No, you cannot. Let's say design and build procurement route. Okay, do we had any firm quantity you can rely on like a traditional procurement route? Is that design is completed? Not at all. There's no design. So those quantity appearing in the tender is not a final quantity, and you can't come and argue under the design and build. Look, tender quantity is 10, final quantity is 100. Pay me 90 different. You understand? It is all contractor risk. Contractor is responsible for all the cost. So what they will do normally, they have to calculate their risk. Okay, because that initial concept design doesn't give the final quantity, but based on the employer requirement, they have to predict and they have to put all the risk and give their price. Except the employer requirement change. If you agree the final cost of the design and build procurement route, is there any changes will happen to the price? There won't be no changes unless otherwise employer requirement got changed, or there's no some legal change happened in the country. Okay, is that clear to you? Okay. Design and build will have the schematic design, everything. Okay. Every procurement route under the design and build and its variant, all are have the employer requirement and the some design input from the employer. That is not final. Okay. In turnkey, do client have to give any guarantee to the contractor? In generally, okay, there's a bonds and guarantees are there in the whole procurement route. Now let's say the employer asking or contractor asking uh, of advance payment. Will the employer ask for an advance payment guarantee? Yes, definitely he will ask. What about performance bond? Will the employer ask for a performance bond or not under the turnkey? Yes. So there is a whatever the requirement, okay, it will be there. You don't need to get confused. Other than that one, let's say employer, how employer will pay contractor? Are the contractor are sure about the employer he will pay definitely after finishing the project? You got a question? No, there's a payment guarantee. Employer must give the payment guarantee. Okay, if the contractor asks for, it's happening in the UK regions. There's a one guarantee which is not famous. You might not hear about that guarantee, but we will learn about that under the bonds and guarantee lecture. The employer must give the payment guarantee if the contractor asks for it. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Still, you have anything to clarify?
Uh, can I ask a question, Mr. Munas?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. The reason I repeatedly kept asking the same question recalled back my experience in Qatar. The
Mm,
turnkey projects we used for building substations,
mm,
it was based on a basic concept report we received from the end user, the transmission
mm,
and operation department, wherein the project department will go out to tender with estimated quantities subject to final measurements at the handover of the substation completed work, just in the same description you described it earlier. Now in Saudi, design and build, there is heavy involvement from a design guardian at the basic stages where they progress into the schematic design stage, but there is no remeasurement at the end. The full risk of the design and build falls onto the contractor once the schematic design is handed over. Maybe this is not the standard system, but this is what I've practiced in my years of experience. The turnkey we experienced in Qatar, it was subjected to remeasurement. The quantities were only estimated quantities. The unit rate was fixed. In Saudi, design
Okay.
and
So
build,
if I'm
yes.
if I'm
So
correct, in the Saudi, you are matching with the theory, right? In
yes,
Saudi project.
yes,
Yes. But
yes,
in
yes,
Qatar, it is opposite. Something you didn't match.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So my
A
question.
minor amendment or addendum to
Mm,
the methodology you've explained here.
okay. But in Qatar project, what was the type of contract you enter?
It's repeated substations,
No, no, no.
high voltage
Type of
substations.
contract.
The
I'm
type
asking
of
the payment
contract.
mechanism. Yeah.
Uh,
What was?
they used to be in interim payments. The purpose for doing this, there was interim payments. It was subject to final adjustment at the end of the
No,
contract.
no. Your answer is wrong. I'm asking about the type of contract. I mean, is it lump sum or remeasure or cost reimbursement?
It was called, suppose it's remeasurement. It's a bespoke contract, end of the day. It's not
No, no.
something drawn directly from the fiddle.
Anyhow, it cannot be go beyond that type of contract what we learned. Either it could be any variant of the lump sum or remeasure or cost reimbursement. No. So let's say it is a remeasurement contract. Okay.
Okay.
If that agreed type of contract is subject to remeasurement, then it's going to be a like a bespoke contract.
Okay,
Then
so we don't
in
describe it that this
yeah,
is turnkey, standard turnkey contract. Okay,
no, it's
okay,
possible if both party agree they can go for any type of contract. Now original EPC, okay, so silver book standing for lump sum,
okay,
or it is more suitable for a GMC, sorry GMP, guaranteed maximum price, okay, GMP.
okay,
But if you go for a remeasure contract, which is bespoke, which is not as we discussed, okay, the pricing risk will fall under the employer. Then there will be so many wastages, right? There are so many argument will come.
okay,
There won't be no control on the cost. So that end of the final project, okay, the final account will be very difficult to settle.
which has been most of the cases, yes, yes, because
Yes.
we,
So okay.
towards the
So
end,
because of
yes, on the preparation of the
yeah,
final closeout, a number of
okay.
variations outstanding for dispute and
At that
settlement.
time, yes, you will realize you did a mistake. We supposed to go for a lump sum or guaranteed maximum price. That
Okay.
the limit is there. You got it, no?
Yes, I got it. Yes, I got it. They've
Okay.
extracted
Okay.
some of the turnkey functionality, but not the full extent of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any
Thank
other
you very
question,
much.
anyone? Yeah, you are welcome. Anyone else? Any questions? If no question, say no. Then we can move to the next one. Or if you have any question, ask me. So let's discuss that and move to the next one. Okay. If it is all clear, yes, there are somebody trying to ask question. Go ahead, please. Anybody hearing anyone?
Hello, can I ask one
Yes.
question?
Yeah.
Yes, all the project usually the contractor are providing the final with all facilities, right? Then why the turnkey is special? I mean, I didn't understand here.
All the repeat the question again. All the
Usually, all the project the contractor they make all the facility they providing and hand it over, right? With the
what kind
furnitures
of
and everything.
no, not all the
We,
project. Let's say
ah,
if you go for a traditional, okay, in general, if you go for a traditional, whatever you asked, only the contractor will give. Now, if you have a raga amount of the furniture, then contractor obviously will give. But it is optional. It is not mandatory that under the traditional the contractor must provide the furniture. But when come to the turnkey, it is must. You have to give the project to just turn the key and utilize it immediately. Like say a factory building, okay, you might
okay,
buy a lot of equipment. You might let's say okay, a simple thing. You have the water tank, you have the water tank, right? You have the water pump, you have the water tank, you have the tap. Under the
okay,
traditional, you have everything, but you are not sure the water will come to the water tank or okay pipe, unless otherwise you have the water connection from the main. Okay. Now let's say you have the water connection from the main. Now once you start to utilize under the traditional, then only you will realize there are some places leakage. But under the turnkey, what contractor will do, he will connect the water, he will utilize it and see where the problem coming from. So when you are ready to take over the project, it's already in a level you don't have any complaint. And when you start to utilize, let's say you are constructing the building, okay. Do you expect the Wi-Fi connection without you occupy and go and apply yourself to the entity? Normally, no, right? You have to go and do that one. But in the turnkey, you will have everything. That means it is ready to use. But under other procurement method like traditional or design and build and other variants, it won't be like that. You have to do a lot of things to bring that project to usable level. Okay. Ultimately, what we can think, let's say Can we bring the traditional to the usable level like a turnkey? Yes. You have to add those scope into a BOQ. Then yes, that is something normally not happening in the industry. No, client want to purchase the furniture themselves. If the client have the time to do the design and time to have the lengthy tendering process and time to have adequate time to complete the construction, he had a time to do this purchasing also, isn't it? But the client comes under the turnkey, he don't want to involve with these things. He don't have time. He's a busiest client. He want everything to be done by the contractor. So that is the mentality of these two clients. Do you understand? So it's all about the client requirement as well. Okay, you got any idea or still not clear?
Understand. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yes, any other questions? Shall we move to the next one? Yeah,
Who's gonna be the architect of record in the turnkey project?
the contractor. Turnkey contractor will do. Here is the point. Okay. Turnkey contractor will obtain. This is a comparison I did purposefully because this information not available in any books. It's hard to differentiate. So many people don't know what is the difference between the develop and construct, design and build, or design and build and turnkey. It's very high level, and no latest books referring this many information. So I just upgraded these slides compared to the previous pages, so you can have some understanding. Okay, so let's go to the next one, the next variant under the design and build package deal. Now tell me, package deal, who is responsible for design without knowing this in detail? Who's responsible for design? Who's responsible for construction? Okay. Eh, okay, will the employer will give the employer a requirement under this? Schematic design? Yes, same. Okay, no, don't confuse. Just a small variant. Style is different. How it's going to get delivered is different. That's all. So package deal and turnkey are both expression used to describe traditional design and design build, but the the minimum of the client involvement. Okay, this kind of project procurement doesn't need much involvement from the client. Like under the package deal, you can go for a project like we are aesthetically under the package, aesthetically not appearance like a farm. Do you want any aesthetical appearance in the factory or farm or warehouse? What do you think? It's not really needed. No, nobody care about this factory is beautiful or not. It's just a factory with the machines. You just see the functional requirement. So yes, this kind of package deal, okay, mostly focusing on the functional requirement. Okay. So package deal also kind of a turnkey, but when come to the differentiation, the turnkey it is immediately usable. It's need minimum input from the employer. Okay, but when come to the package deal, it also usable, but still there are some input the client maybe need to do. So absolutely, when come to the package deal, okay, it's less different compared to the turnkey. Okay, so it's just a small minor variant. You can't accept, let's say, you are handing over one project to the contractor under the package deal, which is farm, okay, farm project, any poultry farm, let's say, and under the turnkey also. Which one is completely 100% ready to use? Turnkey or package deal? Turnkey, okay. But package deal, you can't say no, it is not ready to use. Compared to the design and build, it is most far away, okay, ready to use, but still there are something left for the client to decide. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, so next procurement route we have is a different style compared to the one we discussed, traditional and the design and build and its variant, management oriented procurement route. Okay, shall we continue with that another, let's say 30 to 45 minutes? Okay, so management procurement route. Yeah, any questions? Okay, I think so there are some question here. In package deal, which type of project? You can do all these kind of project, but small difference are there compared to turnkey. It is not 100% ready to use. That's only the difference. It's not turn the key. It is package you are dealing. Okay, whatever the deal you made, he will do it for you. Let's say don't put the furniture, then he will not put the furniture. But under turnkey, he must do everything. Okay, any other question? Ask me if you have anything to clarify. And this is a small theory about the package deal. You don't find much detail in many books. What makes different from the design and build? Okay, what make different from the design and build? Compared to the design and build, it is little bit far away to the occupational condition. In the design and build, you must do a lot of things. Let's say you have the water tank, but there's no water connection. You have to connect it yourself. But in the package deal, it is there. But where you are missing some amenities or some final, fittings or some furnishing things, you will missing in the package deal. But in when come to the turnkey, it is completely done. Now let's say it is a traditional method. Okay, whatever you agree, traditional and the design and build almost same. When the client enter here, he must do so many things. But when come to the package deal, okay, package deal, you have most of the work contracted done to occupy, but still there are something left. But when come to the turnkey, okay, the turnkey is completely 100% ready to occupy. You have nothing to do. So now you understand the how it goes. That is only the difference. Yes, compared to the client involvement, here very less, here little compared to. So let's say okay. Now compared to these three, now this is a turnkey and this is a package deal and it's a design and build. Okay, so DB. Now client involvement will be compared to the package deal and the turnkey. Do you understand how it's differing? So turnkey less involvement, little more. What about traditional? It's like here, the curve will go like this. More involvement than traditional. Okay, now ready to occupy. Now when come to the ready to occupy, traditional and the design and build almost same. But the thing is, the client, okay, have to do some input to bring to the level that you are getting from the turnkey when come to the package deal or design and build. Okay, is that make any clear? Minor variant. Okay, package deal and the turnkey had minor variant because of the occupational condition. Remaining will be same. Okay, which book you can use for a package deal? Which type of contract and which condition of contract? Can you can take yellow or silver, but you have to do amendment. Okay, you have to amendment. You have to do some amendment to cover what, okay, thing you are going to include this. So little bit the scope will be higher. What about the cost wise? You are handing over the same project under the design and build package deal turnkey. Which one will be more cost? Very good. Now you people have the answer. Turnkey, yes. Second, package deal. Third, design and build. Okay, so is that clear now? Okay, good. So let's move to the next one. Management oriented procurement route. Now you have to understand there are two procurement route. Okay, management contracting. We have to understand management contracting. That called MC. Okay, let's have the short form MC. Under the management contracting, what will happen? I'm going to ask you one question. This is the one of the best procurement route ever you are going to hear. Okay, but nobody using this. You have to tell me why. This is a question I am asking you, and you have to tell me why at the end. Do you understand? This is one of the best economical, high quality. You can go for any kind of project. Best methodology to get the job done. None of the procurement route will give such economical and high quality output. But nobody using it or rarely using this. So you have to tell me the reason why at the end. Can you? I'm going to explain, except that reason. Okay, if you guess, you are brilliant. Okay, so now what employee will do, okay, like you and me, a construction professional. Okay, this employer, not a normal person. Try to understand. This employee, not a normal person who doesn't know about the construction industry. Are you in a construction industry, everybody? You are in a construction industry, right? Yes. You don't know anything about the construction, don't say you know. Now, every one of us in a construction industry, okay, we all belong to the same industry. Let's say you are going to do your own construction. So what you are going to do? You are hiring the architect, going to work under you, going to hire the QS, engineers. Okay. No, don't answer now. Listen my lecture, then you can give your answer. Okay. So you have the all the professional under you. Finally, you are hiring the management contractor. Okay. So this management contractor MC is actually the procurement named as a management contracting, but actually is referring to MC. Okay, you got it now. How we got the name? Management contractor name you used for to name this procurement. So this management contracting. Okay, that's how this name got. So you hired the management contractor. What management contractor going to do? Is it a contractor who bid and quoted the project value? No, he just your professional body. Okay, like okay, you hired the experienced person. Okay, like a 30 years, 40 years experienced person from the industry who act as a project manager in previous projects and who can deliver the project easily. So he's the contractor come from the outside who's demanding some profit margin. What do you think? Is that the person going to ask some profit margin? Oh, what about the designer? He had any profit margin on the design? He's just going to work for a salary, isn't it? Tell me, any of these professionals have any profit margin on their salary? Not at all. They all are just employee of the employer. Okay. Now, what this management contractor will do, he will hire the work contractor. This work contractor is going to do a work package one by one. They do all work package. So try to understand how this is going to work. You have the contractual relationship between all the green line. Okay. What about the contractual relationship between the work contractor and the employer? Is there any contractual relationship? So who enter into the contract? So who have the contractual relationship with the work contractor? Management contractor. Okay. So this management contractor initially appointed by the client, okay, based on their experience and fees, and if any additional service like a dispute resolution, they will agree like a consultant, but he's an employer, employee of the employer. Maybe this management contractor is a one person or a small team. What do you think? Is a MC is a one person or small team? It could be both. Okay, it could be both. This person could be a one team or with a small group of team. It could be both. But again, all of them are getting salary only. They are not having any hidden margin. Yes, they are like a client representative, employer, employee. Do you understand that what I'm saying? Employer, employee. Tell me, can we have a very good quality in the project? Every package you design, okay, like a foundation, you can again quote it and get the best price with the good quality and do the work. Every package you can negotiate and get the best price. So can we get the good price under this procurement? What about the good quality? Yes, good quality is there. What about aesthetical appearance? Can we go for a complex project? Yes. So one of the best methodology. But what is the problem here? Tell me. Why we cannot go for this? Why client or employer? There is no contract between you. Just come to the some point. You just came to some point. Yes. A little bit I upgrade that answer. You can get to the point. So many stakeholder. No, it's not a problem. All risk on employer. Very good. Yes, but still that is the nature of this. Yeah, we cannot decide this procurement. Yes, all risk on the employer. That's true. That's true. Really. That is the main point. Every responsible. Who's responsible for design here? Employer. Who's responsible for construction? Employer. Okay, work-wise, small package you are giving, but on top of that, everything on the employer. Is it suitable for any employer who doesn't have any construction experience? Or is it suitable for any client who doesn't have time to commit this all this work? No. Okay. So it is the reason this management contracting is one of the best procurement methodology introduced, but it doesn't work. And the big risk here, everything on the employer shoulder, plus there's no connection between this work contractor and the MC. So we will understand how next procurement route introduced. Okay. So now let us understand further about this theory. So you'll get more clarity. So MC, this management contractor is not a contractor what we have seen in previous procurement route. He's just a person who's going to assist as an employee of the employer. He don't do any construction work. All the works under the management contracting by 100% by subcontract basis only. So the management contractor just providing the professional service for his payment. That's all. And his fees definitely fixed by a monthly or total amount as a lump sum. Okay, it's subject to agreement between the client and this management contractor. So he will help the design team and the planning team, okay, by giving his expert idea, and he will help to finalize the packages, right? He will break into the several construction package. Then those packages he will bring the contractor who's all are under subcontract under him. So who's paying? He's the one employing and he's the one paying. So how he's paying? Let's say worker ask 1 million, he will ask the employer 1 million and give to him. Will he add any profit margin on that? No, there's no profit margin. Okay, that separate payment is there for. So management contracting 100% subcontracting. Okay, so see, one subcontractor finish another work, he will have another package. So they also motivated, okay, to do a quality job, because if they not perform well in the one package, then they will not get the another package. Okay, so now the question, the work contractor will be selected by, okay, either competitive or selective basis. Say first time you are calling for a competition, then once you like them, like a nomination, you are giving second package without any competition. Okay, so whenever you need the work contractor, you will procure, otherwise you don't need them. But just be aware, the prime cost. What is the prime cost? The cost of the labor, material, and manpower and the subcontract. This is called prime cost, actual cost. So this prime cost, already you have the estimation in you, the management contractor will monitor and, okay, balance the risk. So the management contractor, what is the responsibility of the management contractor? Do you think the management contractor responsible for design? No. Okay. So there's a question. So management contractor is same like a consultant. Yes, same like a professional consultant who work as a, like you. Okay, you are a professional, work for your employer as a quantity surveyor, but you are not the third party QS consultant. Do you understand the difference? So PMC is a third party consultant, whereas this person, not a third party, is directly employed by the employer. You got the difference now? Yes. Can the employer share or transfer some of the construction risk to the MC? No, he will not take that one. That's what we are trying to discuss. So management contractor only responsible for his own negligence. If he done small mistake, like he's an employee, why he need to take the construction risk? Let's say the construction manager who work for a contractor, any construction default, will that construction manager will take it or company will take it? Who's responsible? Company or the person work for the company? Company, right? Yes. As a consultant, QS consultant, you do any mistake, who's going to bear the PI insurance? Company or you? Definitely company. Okay, so same principle. Okay, so management contractor, okay, he must deliver his service with the due diligence. Any work contractor breach, some extent the management contractor has the direct responsibility on them. So that kind of damages he need to bear. Otherwise, he don't have any responsibility on the work contractor works. Okay, and this point is the latest point added, because there's a work contractor and the employer, there's no contractual relationship. Maybe you can enter into a separate agreement, but in real management contracting it is not happening. But this agreement similar to the collateral warranties. Okay, so the management contract, you can't use the lump sum or guaranteed maximum price unless every last single package is awarded. But what about single package? Can we go for a lump sum? Every single package, can we go for a lump sum? Once the design is finalized, only you are going for it, isn't it? So can we go for it? Did you all got my questions? Okay, once let's say you are going to do a foundation. Okay, so foundation design complete. You call, or let's say you done with your uh, foundation plan. So you are going to do the excavation. So you can give to the excavation works to the one contractor. Once the excavation finished, then you can give the foundation work to the another contractor. Likewise, once each package is finished, you can give to the different contractor. My question is, you are going to go once the design is finalized only for subcontracting. So can you go for a lump sum price? Yes. But when you enter the agreement with the management contractor, can you ask him, okay, can you give me a lump sum price for an entire project? Is it possible? No, that's what I am trying to say. Okay, so management contract is not a fixed price. Okay, lump sum contract. It is you can agree the payment, how much you want for an entire project. That's different. But you can't ask him to determine the complete contract price. So, how much you are going to pay for a management contractor? Definitely, his actual cost for the labor, material, manpower, whatever he okay incurring plus his fees like his salaries. So, the management contractor okay had an obligation of the cost control because he had the estimation and he must make sure the project goes in a smooth way. Okay, so the way each package is given for the subcontracting is like a lump sum contract, right? Like a lump sum contract, you can give the subcontract. But about the management contractor, he will, let's say, main contractor, management contractor, getting the invoice from the subcontractor. Let's say you pay me 1 million, which is one lump sum amount agreed. What about management contractor from the client? He is asking lump sum amount? No, he will ask. This is the claim from the management contract. Sorry, from the sub work contractor to the management contractor. So you just pay whatever he is asking. So it's going to be like a cost reimbursement. So there are two different type of contracts are playing here. Do you understand? Is it clear? The management contractor, whatever the cost he is incurring, he is going to ask from the client as a cost reimbursement contract. Actual cost to be produced. But for the work contractor, it is not a cost reimbursement. It is a lump sum contract. Is that clear, everybody? Okay, good. Okay. So just be aware about the wording prime cost. Okay. Can you repeat what is the meaning of the prime cost? Anyone? What is the prime cost mean? Actual cost of what? Actually, manpower, material, machinery, and subcontract. Like you say, plant and labor, plant, material, and subcontractor. These are the actual cost. So that cost is the prime cost. Tell me the advantages. Does he need to obtain the performance bond from whom? This question actually from whom you are asking? From the work contractor or MC? No, no, he will not give. Do you think any construction manager giving the performance bond to the his company? Think like that, okay? This is an employee. He's not a separate company. But what about the work contractor? Will you get the performance bond for each package? Yes, that is yes. They are outsider. Okay. So are you all clear what we have discussed so far? Yes, good. Okay, now let us see what about the MC liability toward the subcontractor performance? Who have the direct agreement? MC. So he has responsibility, definitely. Whatever the issues went through, he need to sort out because he had a responsibility on them. And he's the one entering with the contract and he's the one paying them. So he has the performance bond, he had all the warranty, guarantee, everything. So that he will manage it. So that dealing with the work contractor become, including the payment and all progress, that become main contract, that the management contractor, okay, task. So advantages, if you see, no, employer not sharing the risk, he share the responsibility. Risk means there's a construction risk, design risk, no, he share the responsibility. Let's say work construction risk with the work contractor only, not with the management contractor, but anything that they it went through, he need to supervise and control them. Like think about the normal construction contract company. Okay, a subcontractor not working well, who will take the action in the company? The project manager or construction manager will take the action against them. Okay, so advantage, you once the package is started, the design is completed, we can start. So it's a fast track actually. So since the design and the construction overlap, we can complete the project in a fast track manner. And there are so many experts are involved. So there's know-how knowledge. It brings the buildable design. Okay. And contractor now become a part of the decline team, so he can give a good input for uh, a design team, planning team, even the any other client's expectation he can meet. So the one package is other side keep on developing the design, other side other packages are keep on completing the construction work. So it is very good and very dynamic. Okay. So if you have the work contractor already on site, that contractor could be used for a repetitive task. So therefore, okay, the tendering also will part of the management contractor work, but again, he has a strategy to manage it. And also now bringing the changes, say you want to bring the changes, there's no such a client culture like a traditional or design and build, because anytime you can do any changes because you are going to pay as a subcontract. Let's say one contractor done the foundation work. Now you are changing the foundation layout. Anyhow, you already paid him. Now to implement the new layout, you can hire the same contractor with the new agreement. So there's no claim culture. It's only about the cost. Okay. And there are so many advantages, flexibility, right, in terms of construction period, right, and in terms of the design. And actually, this construction manager or the management contractor doesn't take any profit. So it is very economical. The single contractual responsibility on the work contractor is given, but not like a design and build contract. Single point responsibility to manage them only. Okay, so it's reduce the burden to the client to coordinate with all the subcontract, because subcontractor number will be too high. Okay, and the preliminaries and the management fee can be fixed because preliminary is a fixed cost like a site accommodation and all, and the management fees of the management contractor also can be fixed. But other than that one, you have to wait until the each package design. Quality is very good. Okay, and program also we can do in an efficient way. Okay, now there are disadvantages. The disadvantage, uncertainty. Until you do the final package contract, you don't know how much the cost, and you don't know how much time. Okay, every time you finish the package, you have to do the final account. That's going to be a burden. Now, and the construction period have the longer time. So until the last package you finalize and award the contract, you are exposed to the inflation. Okay, and there's no possibility you can define the construction cost when you are starting the project. And the client need very client need a more involvement in the project, and actually you have to do a proper cost control exercise, and all it depend on the management contractor. Okay, so there are so many disadvantage here. Okay, you can understand. Now the thing is suitability. Where we can use, you can go for a fast track project. Okay, a client who want to involve, they can go complex project. You can go like a five-star building. Can we go for this? Yes, we can. If your design is not ready when you are starting the project, you can go for it because you don't need. And early contractor involvement, we are like a two-stage tendering, like similar to two-stage tendering. You can get the contractor input or experience on the buildable design. But can we go for this procurement method for inexperienced client? No. Okay. So everybody just remind another 10 minutes, we can finish it. Okay. So don't leave because next one is very simple to close. Okay. Now construction management. Why construction management? Okay. Introduce. Before I discuss this one, let me go back to here. Okay. Did you see here management contractor? Yes. Can you see this management contractor under the management contracting? Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the construction management procurement rule. That means MC becomes CM. What is happening here? You see the difference here. Tell me what happened to now. What happened to the construction management? The management contractor become construction manager. Actually, construction management. Now tell me the difference. Yes, contract will be in the trade contractor directly with the employer. Now compared to the construction management, now we have more workload on the where the client has the more workload under the MC or CM. CM. Okay. So the MC power is cut down and he become a CM. So construction management become a management. Sorry, management contract become a construction management. So that risk was eliminated by directly entering into the agreement. But again, is this suitable for an inexperienced or the busiest client? No. Okay. So same principle, whatever we discuss in the thing, okay, is similar, but only the different is client entering into the different direct agreement with the trade contractor, and all other things are same as previous thing. But what about responsibility of the construction manager? Now, is there any problem with the trade contractor? Who's responsible now? Previously, who's responsible? If any problem with the trade contractor or work contractor, MC. Now, CM not responsible. He just reduce his responsibility. Okay, so that is a different. So you see the theories are evolving, right? So MC become a CM and same advantage, disadvantage, but the added point is there. So I don't want to repeat this. Is it understandable, everybody? What is the difference between the CM and the MC? Yes. So experienced client, fast track, everything is same, okay? But it need uh, more involvement. Now we will continue design and manage. Okay, I think we can finish it in shortly. Okay, so let's finish this. Now under the design and manage, is it design and build? Some people can get to the conclusion. It look like a design and build. No, design and manage. So what is design and manage? Client hire a designer who's a scope designer, like in design and build, right? There are one person developing the employee requirement, and he will bring the design and management contractor. What he's doing, he's hiring the work contractor. But who's having the contractual relationship with the work contractor? Who's having the direct relationship with the work contractor employer? Okay, but read this theory, not to be confused with the design and build. Okay, I am purposefully put this writing for you because sometimes you do. Actually, what is happening here? You this person, okay, who's acting as a management contractor. You remember what happened under the MC? What we just now learned under the MC? They are he had a direct contractual relationship with the work contract, but under the design and manage, he just designing the project and managing the contractor like a CM. Okay, so he designed the project and managing the contractor. Now, why this kind of small variant come? Let's say oil and gas project. Okay, is it very specialized project? Yes, it is very specialized project. Okay, so this person who design is the one know how supposed to be constructed. Okay, so this person act as an employer agent. What about profit margin? Will they have some profit margin? Previously, MC and CM doesn't have the profit margin on them. Okay, they are part of the employer team. But here, this design and management consultant actually PMC, but specialized one. He design and manage all the work contractor. But it is not a design and build. Design and build, we don't have work contractor, right? It is going to the one single contractor. Here, it will be go like a package wise. That is a different. So it's like a subcontracting, but the one contractor managing all of them. So what he will do, he will design the project and supervise the work packages, okay, on behalf of the employer. Now tell me, who is having the design responsibility? Who has the design responsibility? Is a design and management contract. Actually, that person have the design responsibility because the design responsibility here passed to him. Okay, because he is going to undertake the design and project management. Any construction risk that is with the work contractor. Okay, is that clear now? So, okay, it is actually overlapping the works packages between the contract and less time with the more quality and economical as well. But it is for a specialized project. But until the last package is signed by the client, we don't know what is the cost certainty. Okay. And also we don't have the time certainty until the last package is signed. Novation happening from scope designer to DM, no, not under this. Because he's not going to involve with the, you know, he will capture the original idea of the client from the scope designer and he's the expert already. So he will continue to develop further. Which type of contract between the client and no, we don't have real estate developer here. You're asking between the work contractor or DM. It's not before we study about the MC, then CM. This is a DM. Okay, so asking about the DM and client, they might have the fixed fees or agree like a consultant, like a QS consultant, design consultant. They can have the design for the design. They can have the agreement for the design fees, and also they have the agreement for the project management consultant also, like a supervision fees. So there will be two fees. Is it clear? Okay. So with that, we will continue in the next session about the triple P. That means public-private partnership procurement rules. So any question you have, you can ask me. To apply all these, will okay. Some echo from the Yogesh one. Can you type your question? Maybe there are some question. I will entertain while you are typing the question. To appoint all these will increase cost of construction and possible in all project to appoint all these parties. To appoint all these.
Hello,
Yes, go ahead. I
hello.
didn't get this question. Can you explain again what you're asking?
Yeah, actually, what I know that in all project, client is there, consultant, design consultant is there, then PMC, then supervisor and contractor. But this all other parties, if the client will appoint, then the construction cost or project cost will increase. So, is this possible for all the projects?
No, it is sometimes not possible. Like in the traditional, there are separate designer, okay, and there are separate contractor. And client had an option to use the same consultant who design as a supervision consultant, or hire another person as a supervision consultant. That also possible.
Yeah. The
Whereas,
main point.
yeah, in the
The main point
turnkey,
is to appoint all these parties now, or it will increase the cost.
yes, but let's say under the MC or CM, client is the one involving directly with all of them. So including this also, client is the one directly involved. So if the client not an experienced person or doesn't have the capacity to manage, then this procurement route not going to work for him. Like let's say the in Dubai we have or UAE we have that no, okay, this is a client, so they can go for this kind of thing. Let's say a person who doesn't have any experience, they can't go for this. So that also key factor. The experienced client is very important. The another thing is, let's say turnkey, that is absolutely different. The one party do everything. Here, no, it is broke down. The one party managing the design and the PMC, another one, they are all work contractor. But compared to other procurement route, not every procurement route using the subcontractors. There's a main contractor, under them only all the contractor will come. Here, there are so many work contractor. So obviously the client will enter number of agreement. Now, can we use the same style for all procurement route? Sometimes it is not appropriate, isn't it? So it is depend on the case to case, project to project. But in this theory, what we learn, this is a different style how this project got managed. Okay, you got now? Is it clear? Yes, okay. It's all about the different style. That's what you have to understand. Sometimes we can do a customized procurement as per you need. Okay, any other questions? Okay, if no question, yes, we will continue with the public-private partnership and its variant in the next lecture. I supposed to send you the lecture notes. Sorry, I didn't send. I'm updating some content of it. So by tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you will get it. Okay, so thank you for that, and see you all with the upcoming lectures.